Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm actually returning to you real quick for a album review. Hopefully I can get this uploaded in time before I go to work, because I gotta leave at like 1:50 and it's like 1:07 right now, so I don't have much time. But I wanted to return to you for this album review, and sorry about my last video last night. I just got really upset with Facebook, and yeah, it's bullshit nowadays what Facebook's doing, but they're gonna do what they want to do, unfortunately. They're gonna be dicks about it, so fuck them. Pretty much, I'm returning to you for an album review, and this is for Dream Theater's 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence album review that I just got done listening to for the 96-minute album. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 96-minute album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now I gotta say, the first... Sorry, my throat got a little clogged up or something and sounded a little weird and funky or whatever. Or wonky, I meant to say. The first part of the section of 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence was really good. I really enjoyed it. There's 5 songs. There is an extra track, but that's like a Japanese bonus track, and I didn't include that because it would have been 100 minutes technically, which is pretty long of an album. I've heard albums that are 2.5 hours, maybe longer. I think the longest I heard was a 4.5 hour album. And I was like, fuck, man. That was the Linkin Park Hybrid Theory 20th Anniversary Edition album that I reviewed last October. But yeah, The Glass Prison was a really good song. I really enjoyed it. I like the change up with the melody and the instrumentals and the change up and all that in the song sound really good. And James LaBrie singing in the song sounds fantastic, so 5 out of 5 for that song. Then comes Blind Faith, and that did really good. So did Misunderstood. I'd give those two a 5 out of 5. The Great Debate was mainly leaning towards the political side of things. Sorry, I'm hiccuping right now. I just got done eating lunch and all that. So, yeah, sorry about my hiccuping in this video. The Great Debate was leaning more towards political standards, I guess you could say. But I don't want to go into politics because some people are not going to agree with what I think about politics. I'm I'm more for the Democrat side, but that's just my opinion. That's all I can say. I don't want to go into more discussion. But hey, everyone's got a right to believe in what they want to believe for politics. But yeah, moving forward with the review, The Great Debate was a really good song. It was 13.5 minutes, I believe, and it was an enjoyable song. 5 out of 5, I'd give that one. Disappear was really good, and it's the final track before you get into the second half of the album, which is the overture all the way to Losing Time and grand finale. Disappear was really good too. It was a little mellow, but I enjoyed it for what it was, so 5 out of 5. Now comes Disc 2, which is the second act of the album, the final act. Overture is it had a classical melody thing, and sorry about that ding. That's my Facebook or whatever. I did get a new Facebook account yesterday. It was a pain, but I got it. I had to change the profile picture. That way it didn't look the same and people wouldn't be confused with who's who. But yeah, Overture was really good. It had a more classical music like Mozart and other things like that. The kind of that melody, if you know what I'm humming and reciting and all that for the melody. Um, About to Crash was really good. I like the reprise version for it too. Um, it did very good too. So 5 out of 5 for track number 2 and track number 7. Solitary Shell. They had a radio edit for it, but they didn't release that on the disc 1 of the album. So I was a little disappointed, but hey, there were some songs on disc 2 that weren't very good, but did alright. War Inside My Head did have a good melody, and instrumentals were great, but James LaBrie singing in it, I don't know if I was feeling for his vocals in that song, so I'd give that a possible 4.5 out of 5. Then comes The Test That Stumped Them All, and that did really good, 5 out of 5. Goodnight Kiss was my least favorite. It didn't sound so bad with James LaBrie singing, but it was more leaning towards a mellower side and a more melodic side, and it was fine for what it was, in my opinion. So 4.5 out of 5. It's not a bad song. Then finally we get to Solitary Shell, like I said, 5 out of 5. About to Crash reprise version was really good. I like the drum work in it, and I give that a 5 out of 5. And finally, Losing Time / Grand Finale did really good to end the album, so 5 out of 5. Overall, I think Dream Theater's 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence was a really lengthy album, but very good. It was really good. I highly recommend you check this out if you haven't listened to it. And I'm sorry that I can't go into more discussion about the execution and all that stuff. I gotta wrap this review up as quick as I can. But for a score, I'm gonna give Dream Theater's 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence a 9 out of 10. The album, it was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I had a good time listening to it. So definitely gonna probably purchase the Dream Theater discography, which there's a lot of albums. I do want to own the new album, A View from the Top of the World. Uh, I'm actually thinking about pre-ordering it, but I know it comes out in a few days, so I may decide to wait till it's released and just buy it then. But yeah, I do like Dream Theater's music. They're very good and very talented. So yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Dream Theater next Marathon Studio album review I did for their discography, which I believe is for their I think it's their 6th album, which is for what is it? 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. Sorry if I'm being forgetful right now. I'm just uh, trying to think of if it's the 6th album, which it is the 6th album in their discography. If you've heard this album, and if you like this album review, hopefully you did. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I will be returning to you tonight for some premiere videos. Hopefully. If I don't come around to the Wednesday versus video, expect it tomorrow morning. Because I'm going to be a little busy tonight doing other stuff too. I'm supposed to be doing laundry, but I don't know when that's going to be. Because I've had problems with getting transportation to the laundromat, but hey, it is what it is. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence album by Dream Theater. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Sorry that I mentioned something about laundry and all that. It's Well, the start of the week this week was a little difficult because of my Facebook getting hacked, and now making a new one, and it's just some bullshit. But hopefully things get better and by the end of the week, or getting closer to the end of the week and the middle of the week. I'll just wait and see. But stay safe, take care. I hope you enjoyed this Dream Theater 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence album review. I was looking at it on my notebook, and as always, I'll see you in my next review.